would fans be upset if Miles Teller is casted as Logan? He was already Mr. Fantastic, and that did not play well at all.
Yeah, so he could use some you know, he could use a little redemption, you know, in terms of in the eyes of fanboys. You know, Michael B. Jordan went on from that and played Killmonger and absolutely crushed that in Black Panther. So
Chris Evans. Chris Evans is another Fantastic Four.
Yeah. And speaking of which, he was probably like one of the few things about those movies that I actually thought really, really worked.
Yeah.
You know, Fantastic Four movies weren't bad. I just thought they were just very bland. They could have been a lot more.
They were very Fox. They were very Fox Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Very.
You know, and they were on that cold streak for a while. They just wanted to ride the comic film wave and just kind of crap the movies out just to kind of cash in. You know, they had fast tracked it around like right after Spider-Man 2 came out, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
You know, XMen was hitting it pretty strong, so they were just trying to jump on that wagon, and just kind of milk that cash cow.
Yeah. So I don't. Yeah. What do you think? So what do you think about Miles Teller as Wolverine? He's young, so he can be in the universe for a long time. He's buff. You know, you saw him fairly buff in Maverick, Top Gun Maverick.
In Maverick, yeah.
You know, so
I wouldn't be opposed to it. Marvel hasn't really let me down with any of the casting they've done. So at this point, if it were to happen, they'd have my trust. I think my only complaint about him, and this was, you know, this was pretty much the only complaint about Hugh Jackman. He's a little too tall. I hope this time, you know, when they do reboot Wolverine into the MCU, I hope it's a shorter dude this time. You know, it kind of goes hand in hand with the name Wolverine. You know, he was just a short, little, stocky caveman of a dude. So I hope they do that this time. You know, just get a shorter guy for the role. You know, and I know that's like a total fanboy complaint to have. But you know, I thought Hugh Jackman was so good in every sense of the word that, you know, after a while I just overlooked the height.
Yeah.
You know.
Same.
But it would be nice to have somebody on a little bit of like the more shorter, like average size. I think that would be cool if they pull the trigger on that.
I wouldn't mind that, because like his height plays like a role in a lot of things, you know, like him being made fun of, you know, him just like his short man syndrome that, you know, sometimes.
Yeah, he had a little bit of a Napoleon complex.
Yeah.
You know.
But I mean, still badass.
Yeah, total badass character. Yeah. So
so I looked up. I looked up top short actors.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We'll let it fly into.
So Kevin Hart, 5'4", Danny Trujillo, 5'5", David Spade, Daniel Radcliffe, which is the one that everyone's really talking about. He's 5'5".
You know, I would oppose to Dan Radcliffe. Yeah, I see it here. Frankie Muniz, 5'5".
I mean, you gotta be good. Like Elijah Wood, he's short, but he's not Wolverine. You know, Daniel Radcliffe, 5'5", and he's the one that a lot of people are talking about. You know, he's on.
And
everyone's talking about.
And you know, I'd be okay with Dan Radcliffe in the role. Like, you know, outside of you know, after Harry Potter, he just really went on to prove himself as a really kind of versatile actor, or a very versatile actor. And he's played such a wide selection of roles. You know, I thought he was pretty good in that new one, The Lost City. he was good in like Guns Akimbo was a lot of fun to watch. Swiss Army Man. He's really funny on that TBS show Miracle Workers. The Weird Al movie looks really entertaining. That's coming.
It does.
That's and by the way, the fact that it's a parody that it's a parody about a parody artist is just really tickled me in the trailer. But yeah, I potentially would not be opposed to him as Wolverine. I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
He's a good actor, yeah. And like Miles Teller, like he's young enough to play the role for a while.
Yeah. But I mean, after he did Harry Potter, I get why some of these actors are like, yeah, I'm done signing these giant contracts. Like an 8-movie contract is pretty big, especially one as big as Harry Potter. So I don't know if he would be down for something like that again. But that would be cool. I'm looking at Zac Efron's 5'8". Zac Efron, is he a little too pretty boyish to be a Wolverine?
I'm kind of I'm kind of inclined to say maybe. But
I see him more as a Cyclops.
That's nothing wrong. He could be Cyclops. He could even be Havoc. If he were a little younger, he could have been Johnny Storm as well. But he'd make a good Cyclops. He went on to become a pretty decent actor too. Even the even though the new Firestarter wasn't the greatest, I thought he was pretty decent in it. And then he did that Ted Bundy movie, which he was in. But I'm interested. I'm interested to see who they cast for all the new X-Men as a whole, because I think Bryan Singer was very perfect with some of the casting, and then other casting choices. I'm like, what is this dude doing? But I'm really interested to see who they end up getting as Wolverine. I kind of hope for the first couple X-Men movies they hold off on him, because pretty much most of the X-Men movies were all about Wolverine anyway, which was like kind of a constant point of frustration for me. And B, whoever they get next is gonna inevitably be in Hugh Jackman's shadow, and those are some pretty big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
Yeah. So they just got to be on point, man.
Yeah. Real quick, I'm going through this list. So this guy's he's 5'7". Was it Emily Hirsch or Emil Hirsch, right? Emil Hirsch. Speed Racer. Speed Racer. I would not mind seeing him. He's a great actor. He's been off the radar for a long time, and he's still fairly young. I think he's like 36 or something like that. So I think he's going to be 37. So that's not bad. 5'7", still fairly short. That would be good. I think he's a really good actor.
I'd be good with him as Wolverine. Yeah, he's a great actor. Really underrated as well. I've always liked him in pretty much everything I've seen him in. Obviously when you think of him, you think like Into the Wild, which he was awesome in. I remember the TV Bonnie and Clyde miniseries, which I liked. Thought he was really good in that. I feel like I'm one of the few people who absolutely loved the Speed Racer movie.
It had its moment.
I thought it was really fun. I loved how it just went all in embracing the cartoon, and I loved like the highly stylized, like fantastical look of it. I rocks with the Speed Racer movie for sure.
It was cool. I watched it a few times. It just the one I remember him in was The Girl Next Door.
The Girl Next Door, yeah.
So, but Into the Wild, I think that was my favorite movie with him in it. And I mean, look at there, he's all grizzlied out with big beard and and hair and stuff like that. Crazy hair. So yeah, give him the little horn hair and give him a weird the weird chops on
the mutton chops.
I think yeah. I can throw a cigar in there. It might work.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm actually I'm rooting for that one.
Yeah.